Everyone, this is Tony Reeves. I want to share with you 4 lessons I learned when I had to survive a couple of crises in keeping my businesses going forward. One, talk to the professionals that you've hired. One of the first things that I did when I hit a crisis point was I reached to those individuals that I had in my circle professionally, whether it be marketing, because I had a marketing executive. I also had a CPA firm that I was using in a banking firm. I was hitting both financial and health crisis going on at the same time, and I needed to know what was the best strategy to move forward. I had to learn later that it's important. Use those resources. And usually what happens is when you're in a crisis, you think you're dealing with this all on your own. You're not on your own. Reach out to these people. You're paying them for a reason. They're going to provide you the resources that you need. Number 2, talk to your insurance carrier. If you have a business, there's a fairly good chance you probably have an insurance carrier that's insuring you for something, whether it be the equipment that you have, or maybe because you have a business space and you want to have general liability, so if somebody slips and falls, you want to have coverage. You would be surprised the amount of resources they have that are designed to help you if you're in the midst of a crisis. So take the opportunity, engage those individuals. Number 3, dealing with a health crisis. If you're dealing with a health crisis for yourself, it's a little different, but it's kind of the same. If it's yourself or a loved one, here's a few things you need to be aware of. 1, you may have to work from a unique location, meaning if you're taking care of yourself and you have the kind of practice, I don't want to say it, but if it's just you may have to work from a hospital or a rehab facility. Contact the staff and make sure that it's okay for you to kind of do certain things. Now, you're not going to be able to do all the things you used to do in those environments, but if it's important that you don't want your business to die and you don't have an infrastructure around you so that somebody can keep it going while you're doing it, start figuring out what you can do just so you can keep it going, or start looking at talking to loved ones who can interact with you and they can come to you while you're getting healthier or while you're taking care of a loved one. So this way your business doesn't die during that time when you're dealing with that health crisis. Make sure you balance work and home. Take a second. When a health crisis occurs, take a moment, take a breath. There's one thing you can't control, and you can't control genetics. So make sure that if something's going on with a loved one, something's going on with you, take a moment, take a step back and figure out what the balance is. If the balance means you may have to close your business down for a while, then you close your business down for a while. Trust me, business will be there when you get back. Take advantage of every opportunity also that you can use things to kind of keep your business going. I was lucky because I had a virtual paralegal, and so she was literally able to schedule hearings for me. She was able to review cases. She was able to request medical records. She was able to do all the little things that I typically do with her. She just took them all on her own, and that gave me the ability to focus more energy on my loved one. Number 4, surviving that financial crisis. Here are a few things that you should think about. Stop and take a hardcore look at your revenue stream. Figure out where your monies normally come in and see if there's a way that you can offshoot some of those things. If there's a revenue stream that's kind of small, but it's one that you've never fully explored, and maybe the circumstances of your situation is now a great time for you to jump on that, jump on it. Because if the revenue stream that you used to have coming in is starting to slow down, look at the other revenue streams, because guess what? This may be a great opportunity for 2 things. 1, to explore putting your energy into those so that you can have an additional revenue streams from ways that you hadn't. And 2, when things come back the way you were doing before, now you've got your new revenue stream that you've invested in, and your old one that you are now bringing back up as well. Do not be afraid to ask for help. A lot of times when we're doing our own thing, we don't like to ask for help. We keep feeling like asking for help is failure. Asking for help is not failure. So don't pause and don't sit there and say, I got to go through this alone. No, you don't. Ask for help. Recognize that you have the skill sets and the tools necessary to succeed. This is going to be a dark period of time for you during this time period, but trust me, you are going to be the much better for it on the other side. Nobody likes to hear that phrase, but let me just tell you something. You're a warrior. You've made it. You've probably gone further than you realize just stepping out on faith to do this. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to go further than you know. This little setback is going to hurt like hell when you're going through it. But when you come out on the other side, you will be amazed at all the skill sets that you've acquired just by going through